I am usually saying vanity is sanity because I truly believe that. But I'm also going to share how I think vanity is insanity when we're talking about Kris Jenner's $300,000 face refresh. Didn't she know a lip pencil's under 10, lipstick's under 10, eyebrow pencils are under 10, and you could really transform yourself for a lot less than $300,000. I write and illustrate Vanity Cases greeting cards, so I feel compelled to share my vanity observations. Come along. Here's a funny thing, or an ironic thing. I saw an interview with Kris Jenner talking about her facelift and saying she was not going to make it public. Hello, Kardashians not make it public? Anyway, she said the Kardashians make every burp public. I think she simply got caught. Oh my God, everything is public with the Kardashians. Make it public? Anyway, she said she was not going to make it public, but as she said, it got out, and therefore she felt compelled to ask the doctor if she could share his name, and then if people called because it was based on her recommendation or they had to use a password. This was an interview with her daughter, and she said, but she felt compelled to share because people were wondering what was going on. Why are they looking and talking about my neck? Hello. As a former publicist, this came out and she had to build a publicity tour around it. And there's one thing I think we can agree on. If the Kardashians can get press out of it, they're getting press out of it. They're pursuing it. That's all. But Kris Jenner not only did the face, she styled her hair like her kids, her daughters. It just looked wrong. That's how I feel. And again, just be who you are, where you are, and like a pair of fabulous shoes, keep it polished, right? Just keep things polished. And I love one interview where I heard her say, she's doing this to let women know they can look fabulous at any age. Yes, they can, but we don't have a pit crew as though we were a car that needed new tires, bumped out fenders, polishing, new transmission. No, we have our own repair skills via CVS, Walgreens, Target, Walmart, where we buy items that are less than probably $10 per item or a little over, that can actually give us fabulous, can give us what you're talking about, feeling great for whatever age or stage we're at. You don't need, I say there's nothing wrong with tweaking. I have no issue with tweaking. I like Botox. I haven't had it in a while, and I'm trying so hard to train my eyebrows not to move. But I just think, if you're going to be honest, you only exposed it because other people said something. Hello, it's not as though the Kardashians are unfamiliar with getting cosmetic surgery. It's just my thought process. But hello, have you seen their bums? No, they do not go to their bodies. They are surgically enhanced. You cannot fool me. They are just, they're not real. The only person who has a bum as big as them is Madonna, and that's only after she had a bubble butt implant, which, not unlike the Kardashians, she denies. But we know better, Madonna. You know what I think was really ironic or weird or funny? That while Kris Jenner was on this face refresh tour, which is such a publicist, to me, such a publicist concoction of what to call this, when she was exposed for having the $300,000 facelift. How many people were saying, oh, but she looks fabulous. Oh, she looks great. You know, we can save a lot of money. We don't have to spend $300,000. If you're part of my tribe, you watch old movies and you know, let's say Joan Crawford, she just held her neck a certain way at all times. I'm sure it was exhausting, but guess what? If you look at pictures of Joan Crawford into her 50s, neck is looking good into her 60s, and oftentimes she's aware of the camera and how it looks. Lips, people. Filler, I suppose you could do that, but get a lip pencil. If I've watched a Joan Crawford, Betty Davis, or Lucille Ball movie, that's going to determine what I'm going to draw that next day. And eyebrow pencil, I don't think there's a face that doesn't look better with a perfectly plucked brow. Happy plucking birthday. That's one of my cards, and it's also what I believe. You know what else I believe in? It's one of my cards based on Iris Apfel, who I think looked fabulous at 100. My dear, when the lipstick color doesn't work, you tweak the color, not the face. I think it's that simple. Honestly, you can go to a natural color. You can go to a red. I don't know why you would do natural. I can only understand red. Anyway, love, peace, and chicken grease. Thanks for watching. I'll put some of my pithy cards. I'll put the link in my description below. Um, but but do you feel me? Are you getting me? Is vanity your sanity? Is there anything you can't do without? Vanity wise, to me, without question, obviously, lipstick and accessories, a brooch on my necklace. I couldn't even think of walking the dog without being covered in decoration. Anyway, what are your thoughts?